Hello, my name is 102 Sniper, or some of you might know me as Friendly as well. I play on the Asian server, and I'm the uh, current 1 and 2 DPG for the hacker, and I'm pretty sure the first um, legitimate 7k DPG. I'm just going to be showing you a replay analysis of a slightly above average game that I had in the hacker just recently. I'll just be going through what I think and the decisions that I make and the picks that I make. So we're on Tundra. We start by driving in the hill. I think the hill's pretty much always the best play, unless they've got unless you're in a heavy and they've got like 5 super heavies like they do have here. They got a mouse, 705A, Type 5, 2 Taschenrots. Because the issue with one line is if no one's there, you don't get any damage and you can't push past it because the TD positions are too strong. But if you win hill, if no one's at hill, you take hill for free, and you get to shoot the whole map pretty much. And if people are at hill, then you get to fight them at hill. So it's just far better in my opinion. So we just start by pushing up and going for a shot on the cross. Doesn't look like there's anyone holding. It's important to not force this too hard unless you're in something incredibly fast like a CS or an EBR or just any other light tank really, because there are always going to be people doing what my team's doing here and waiting for you to drive across, so you always want to know what's there before you cross unless you're in something really fast. I get a nice shot into the hacker there and see this guy gets punished even just for crossing. He hasn't even crossed yet and he's lost, 1,700 health. See they're doing the same thing as well. They're just waiting for someone to make across this gap and then potentially across here as well. And also the TDs can shoot you from both sides through this gap right here, so you always need to be wary of that. The way I crossed here, I stayed close to this rock. If you stay close to this rock and drive on the left hand side, the TDs can't shoot you. But if you were to cross from, say, where this 50B is over on the right hand side of the screen, straight across, the TDs can shoot you. So I always go back towards the left on the low ground and then cross close to the rock. Just like this. So the TDs can't shoot you through this. Unlucky shot on the cupola. I just want to see what's here. I don't want to be the one to be the first one to aggress. Trying to side scrape the front of the Type 71's hull. He gave up the angle, so I cross over to where the T-3 was. Or he shot rather, he didn't give up the angle, but same thing. And now I'm just waiting to see what's here, because it's unspotted stuff. So I side scrape and gun check by putting my gun slightly to the left and spot out the T-3 and the Type 5. And I'm waiting for the Type 5 to shoot. The Type 5 shot. I'm hoping the T-3 reverses a bit back, and I end up just pushing anyway. He luckily does. I'm happy with taking one from the Type 71. I didn't actually realize the mouse was there. I was sort of surprised by that. When I look back on this, I should have seen that he was unspotted and thought that that was potentially a situation that could have arose. Just had a look at what was unspotted before I did this cross. I was always happy to take one from the Type 71, but if that mouse gave me a shot, I would not have been very happy about it. It would have been probably a bad cross, I'd say. I was actually surprised that the Type 71 reload was this fast. I did not think he'd have a reload on me here. I thought I could go 2 for 1, but oh well. Now, since we shot at the exact same time, I'm pretty confident that I can get another shot in before he does, because this thing's DPM is insane. It's got like a 6.2 second reload. And as you can see, we do. And we get another free shot. Now, Wargaming giving out these 2 free Tech trees, you see what I'm doing here? I know that there's a stupid angle back here where the tank destroyers can shoot you all the way back to your side of this corner here. So I'm just praying that they don't do that. You know, this mouse is obviously a new player. He's just got his free mouse from Wargaming and he's just clicking the W key. So I'm trying to go a bit hull down on him. I think he might focus me, so I'm just trying to focus him out as well. Thankfully, my teammates help me a bit and shoot him up, and thankfully the T-803 doesn't look at me, because that would have been bad. Now I give him one more shot. I know that these guys could give me a shot, but I'm just praying that they don't. I'm not going to peek the mouse again, because he could have reload, but he's probably got a bad rammer, because he's bad. Generally, players like this won't have like a bond rammer and a directive or something like that. They'll just have a normal rammer or maybe a pink rammer, so I probably could have shot him again, but I just don't want to risk potentially getting shot from these guys. And now the T-803 is looking away, and we get a bit of free farm. Unfortunately, I take this shot. I didn't realize I could get shot here, because usually they have to be further back up to A0 to shoot you, but I guess he's just seen a tiny little bit of the top of my turret. I could have actually, I don't know. I just think it's a bit unfortunate that he shot me, because he was last spotted lower down, and you have to usually be a bit further back up towards the top right of A0 to get that shot, but oh well. I heard this guy shot, so I go for a peek on him. Now I want to play closer to here, unless the Type 5 over peeks me, because I don't want to eat another shot from the grill, obviously, because that means my death. And this is a cheeky angle that you can do on some taller tanks that I don't see a lot of people using. Obviously, you need a good bit of gun depression to do this, but it's still a nice angle. Don't really give him much of my tank, so he bounces his shot, and he's just shot, so I'm just going to reverse out backwards. There's no way he's reloaded. Give him another shot through his weak point there. I'll give him... I'm sort of suspicious that he could have reloaded by now, so I just decided to shoot his track, so potentially my teammates can shoot him. Now I'm trying to go unspotted and then potentially peek their TDs. I'm just trying to avoid being spotted here, waiting the 10 seconds. Now I'm going for a peek on the Jagdpanzer. Pop the ability just to make sure it hits that extra bit of accuracy. I'm actually tunnel visioning a bit here, because I didn't see that the Type 5 drove so far forward. He could have, I don't know, potentially kept driving forward and then shot me, but oh well, we all make mistakes. We give the Jagdpanzer 2, which is nice. The Jagdpanzer shot, I mean the Type 5 shot, so I'm giving him 2. There's no issue with peeking there. I can see the Type 71's the only thing that's going to be there. And I just drive over to the T-803 to try to give him a shot. I know this is risky, because technically the Striv could have shot me. I don't really know where he is or where he's looking at, but I've got, you know, I'm one shot and there's only 3.6k HP. I'm definitely not going to be able to shoot this, because the Jagdpanzer's looking, and he's looking as well. And the T-803 could potentially turn around and shoot me. So I'm just taking the risk to try to get this extra shot of damage. Aim it, connect it, an extra 300. And I'm just staying up here in case, because it's very common that you'll see the Striv sit back here and aim towards this way. And also I could potentially get another shot on the Jagdpanzer if he did something by staying here. Just skipping forward a bit, because nothing really happens. Unfortunately, the Striv gets spotted in the low ground, and my thinking for not driving forward here is there's so many guns. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns that are going to be shooting at him soon, so I think to myself, the only way I'm ever going to get a shot is if he drives into my fire, and the best spot I can be is on top of the hill, because that's the highest elevation, so he has to drive the least amount up for him to show himself to me. I also probably could have had a look at this guy, but I didn't really think about it. Jagdpanzer dies. That's pretty much the replay. It's like a slightly above average replay, I'd say, uh, for me in this tank. But there's not really a point in showing like the absolutely fantastic games and doing an analysis on it, because usually it's just people sitting in front of you and getting farmed. Like there's not that much thought going behind. Well, there is thought, but it's just usually really lucky. So I think it's better to do analysis on these more average sort of games. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you found something interesting.